Hey guys, it's Dan, and in today's tutorial we're going to be building a 1.18 Cliffside home. The first step of preparation is locating a cliffside that we can build on. I've included the seed in the description as well as the coordinates where we will be building. Once we've found our cliffside, you'll want to start digging down. The next step of preparation is digging down to the area where we will be building. This is how we'll prep the area to begin building. After you have a safe way down like this to the cliffside, you can then move on to step 3 of preparation, which is gathering all of the resources you need. These are all of the blocks and items that you will need to complete this build. Keep in mind for some of the items, you won't necessarily need a diamond or the specific plants that we have. However, these are the items and plants that I used in the build, but these are just for decoration and they're not 100% necessary, unlike all of the blocks that actually make up the structure. So you don't have to get a note block, you don't have to get a diamond, and you don't have to have those same exact plants. The first step of construction is the layout. This is what the layout should look like once you've built it. I recommend doing this first before I move on to building the walls and the structure of the build. That way you have something to work off of. Now that we have the layout built, we have a much better idea of what we're working with. We can now move on to filling up the layout and making this area much more secure so that we can build the actual house. Replace these with oak wood on each side. Going underneath for a minute, easiest way to do this is to create a dirt staircase, going down, something like this, and then getting under the build. Once you've done that, you can add support to the structure like this. One on each side. And now this is somewhat structured. Moving to the front, we can remove these blocks, place slabs like this, and then stairs in the back like that, and then slabs here. Placing 2 oak signs like this. We can now do the same to this upper area, replacing these with oak wood on either side. Underneath, putting supports, but instead of right up to this block, we're going to go one behind, like this. We can then put the signs here. And then we can break this. Place 2 oak planks like this. Then place 2 slabs. And then finally place 2 spruce trapdoors. Then in the back here, we can place spruce stairs all along here, filling in this area with spruce slabs. Moving to the base of the build here, we can remove 2 blocks back this way. Now that we've dug it out by 2 blocks, we can move on to placing the actual house. With some granite, you'll place it in a pattern like this, which is 5 across with 2 here, and then 2 on the inside where we dug out. Continuing all the way up, we can add granite and maybe an occasional dirt. This isn't necessary, but it'll help give the build some texture. Be sparing with the dirt because we don't want it to look too messy, but add it every few blocks. Just like this. We're building up all the way to this height, and then when you see this roof area here, we're going to build it up like this, so it has a peak. With the main walls of the build done, we can move down to this little section here. We're going to do the same method like this. Dirt and granite mixed together. Making sure to break these slabs and stairs where the walls are supposed to go. Now that we have the walls for both sections of the structure, we can add granite walls to each of the corners. At the top where the granite and the spruce slabs meet, you can change this to a spruce stair. Moving on to the roof, we'll be building it out of stripped spruce logs and moss. So we'll put an edge like this with the stripped spruce, and then on the inside filling it with moss. Once you have that done, you can clump up the moss a little so it doesn't look so uniform. Once you finish the basic layout of the roof, you can move on to adding spruce details. Adding upside down spruce stairs here and here, placing spruce slabs above those, placing a spruce slab here and here, placing spruce stairs up like this, and then a full spruce block right there. This is what it should look like from a distance. Now that we have the granite structures built out, we can add more structure with wood. Placing upside down spruce stairs here, and then stripped spruce wood like this, and then 2 blocks of oak wood here. And then across the front of this, we'll add some oak trapdoors. Above that, we'll add some spruce slabs, some spruce planks, and then up here, we'll add spruce slabs. With that addition, we can do something similar over here. Placing upside down spruce stairs here, stripped spruce wood, some more stairs, and then oak wood all the way to the top. Now that we have all of the exterior structure done, we can add windows and doors. We can cut out a door here, a window here, a window here, and a single window down here at the bottom. With those cut out, we can add details to the exterior of this build. With the door, we can replace this block with a polished upside down stair, granite stair, and then placing an oak door like that. Then we can fill in each of the windows with some glass panes. The doors and windows, and we can add some spruce and oak detailing. At the front door here, we can place some spruce stairs like this, then some spruce trapdoors, and some oak fences all the way up to support this. Then at the very top, we can add spruce signs here and here, or just destroy it. There we go. For this window here, we can place a spruce slab at the top, then place dirt placeholders here, placing spruce slabs on either side, and one at the bottom, removing the dirt. For this little area here, we can add spruce signs on either side. Moving to the underside, we can place spruce stairs like this, then 2 spruce slabs, and then along the bottom rim here, we can add spruce trapdoors. Then over on this little extension, we can add a rim of oak signs like so. And then moving back to the top to add some extra details, we can place signs randomly on the walls like this. And around over here as well. Moving to this side as well, you can place a single one here if you want. Now that we have most of the house structure done, we'll want to work on the exterior here and put up a railing. The first thing we can do is put oak fences in each of these corners, and then around them some trapdoors. Then standing on the platform, you can place oak trapdoors all along like this. To break up the oak trapdoors, we can place spruce signs all along like this, and on the sides as well. It should look something like this. We can add extra details like pots in the windowsills like this. We can also help give the roof some more life by adding leaves going up like this on either side, as well as some grass on top. We can also add some fun extra details to the exterior like this. Firstly, we'll want to cover this up because we'll be going into the interior to build a way up from there. On this side of the build, we can add an oak slab here, an oak trapdoor, and then 2 oak fences with another oak trapdoor here, and then a chain and a barrel hanging from that. Under this barrel here, we can also add a workstation like this with some spruce wood, breaking that and replacing the sign. Then over on this side, we can add a barrel here with the flower pot and a plant of your choosing. I have chosen fern. Now we can move on to the interior. On the floor of the interior, we'll want to replace everything with oak planks, except for these 2 blocks here. With the floor placed, we can move on to filling in the walls, using the granite and the dirt. Make sure to still use dirt sparingly. You can do so by placing the dirt first and seeing the pattern before you replace everything else with granite. Moving to the ceiling, we can remove these extra blocks here, placing a spruce beam across like this, and then replacing on the bottom with spruce stairs here, and then another beam across like this, making sure to replace the stone that's exposed here. On the bottom of this beam, we can add 2 spruce slabs there. On this wall here, we can make a 2x3 cutout and then dig it out further. We can place granite stairs here and then oak planks all the way back, cutting this out further here, placing oak stairs there, cutting this out, and then placing oak planks here as a landing, and then oak stairs here, place a torch there if it's too dark, and then from here we can dig all the way up. Now that we have that dug out and the proper way down into our base, we can fill this in, or if you didn't use this, you can skip this step. Placing oak stairs like this all the way up. Replacing the walls with the granite and dirt method. If you want, as you get closer to the top, you can increase the amount of dirt in the walls so it looks like it's blending in. Now we can replace all the stone with granite. And now the walls are done. Moving on to the ceiling, you can place it with some spruce stairs and spruce planks, making sure to replace any exposed stone with granite. You can do the same here, over the landing, placing this with granite, and then going all the way up with the spruce stairs. If you want, you can make this entrance more unique, maybe adding some earth around it and covering it up, make it a hidden entrance even if you want. However, for the sake of building, I will add a small little hut here as an entryway. You can do so by replacing all this with granite all the way along here, placing granite there, and then in the corners here like this, place granite walls. Then over top, you can place some spruce stairs all across like this, placing granite here and here, more spruce stairs across, placing stairs upside down there, and then on the top as well, like this. Then at the entrance here, we can place 2 granite and then 2 spruce stairs upside down like this, and our doorway. Making sure to replace these blocks and then placing the doors. Now you have a little hut to the entrance of your house. I would consider this the back entrance, but it's probably the main entrance you'll be using. So if you really want to make a nice pretty house here, you can. However, since this tutorial is for a cliffside house, we won't be focusing on this area. Now you have a safe way down into your house. Back in the main area, we can remove a block here and then go down into the secondary area here, where we have a beautiful view of the cliffside outside. Turning around, we can replace the walls with granite and the rest of the floor with some spruce. Then we can add a ladder to get up and down, placing a trapdoor over the top like this. I also want to add that if you want extra space, you can break blocks here and dig further into the cliffside. You can also do the same up top by breaking blocks here and just keep digging into the cliffside and adding more rooms as you need. This is a starter base, however, so we're going to keep it simple. Before we continue further with this tutorial, I'd like to say that if you like doing your own interiors, I highly encourage you to do so that it meets the needs of your play style. However, I will still be doing a full interior. The next phase of construction is the functionality phase, which means we'll be placing blocks down inside that we need in order to function in the game. The first functionality blocks that we can add is in the smelting and cooking area. We can place a smoker here with a chest facing into it. We can place a blast furnace like this facing this way, and then another furnace here. Moving on to the storage area, we can break this sign, placing 2 barrels like this, and then chests on top like this. Turning around, we can place a composter here with a crafting table. Moving down into the bedroom, you could just place your bed like this, but if you want to save space, you could place it like this, or if you want even more space, you can place blocks like this and make a bunk bed. For this tutorial though, we'll simply place the bed like this. With the blocks that we need to function in place, we could just start playing the game like this. However, we're going to move on to the next construction phase, which is detailing the interior. The first thing we can do is add a smokestack above our smoker, and then placing carpet, specifically gray, over the furnaces here. Placing a flower pot with any flower of your liking inside it. Then above the furnaces here, we can add some oak trapdoors, and then on top of those we can add barrels, which is even more storage space. You can also add a sign in the middle here. Moving on to the chest area, we can add a spruce trapdoor going all the way up along the side like this, and then spruce stairs like this, a loom up here, and then a potted plant of your liking here. You can still access the loom from down here and make patterns. Moving on to this section, we can add a shelf here with a stone cutter on top. Moving down into the bedroom, we can place a spruce stair here, and a note block so you can play some tunes before you go to bed. But if you don't have redstone, don't worry about this. You can just place a spruce stair here. And then above this spruce stair here, we can add a flower pot with any flower that you like. At the end of the bed, we can add a spruce trapdoor. And then turning around, we can add a barrel here if you want some extra storage. Another really fun and important part of detailing is adding atmosphere, so we can do that with item frames by placing a clock here, an item on the workstation, and then going down below, we can maybe add our first diamond here on top of this note block, and maybe even over here, we can add our first wooden pickaxe to always commemorate it. There are commands to give yourself invisible item frames if you prefer that. There's also a data pack that you can use commands to make item frames invisible, and I personally like this effect more than normal item frames. We can also help add some life to this room by putting a carpet here and a little carpet there. Extra things like paintings also help bring atmosphere, so if you want to place a few of those around, you can as well. You might have noticed that we haven't utilized this little room here. That's because we don't necessarily need it, and it's mainly for the exterior look of the build. However, if you want, you can make a little doorway here or here and have an extra bit here and add more storage or whatever else you need. Maybe you're further along in the game and you have brewing. You can make a little brewing area here, a nice little cozy enchanting area. It's totally up to you, but this is going to be left to your own interpretation. The least you could do though is add a torch or some sort of light source. The next stage of construction is lighting. Lighting will keep your build safe and make it more atmospheric. We can do so with torches and lanterns and even the new candles. This doesn't really matter what we do, but you can place torches like this going down, and then if you want, you can get a barrel, place it here, and place a lantern on top. Turning around, you can place a lantern up here, and if you want one hanging, you can also put one like this. If you don't like that there's 2 lanterns here and you can afford it, I would definitely put a candle here instead, making sure to light it. Going down the ladder, we can add a lantern on top of this barrel, and this area should be lit up. Moving outside onto this balcony area, we can place either torches or lanterns here. It's up to you. We can also place candles here if you can afford them. With the interior on this build done, this tutorial is complete. If you enjoyed this tutorial or were able to build it, make sure you tell me down in the comments. And for the future, make sure you subscribe so that you'll know when I post new tutorials or any of my other videos. Have fun playing the new 1.18 update and keep being creative.